What's up guys, my name is Doug. Welcome to the channel. If you are new, welcome back if you are not new. Today we're going to be giving you a listen to 21 Pilots' latest album, Trench. A lot of you guys have asked me to listen to this and it's only got 14 tracks. It seems like it's going to be kind of a short listen, so you know what? I figured why not do this video for you guys. I want to say first off though, I appreciate you all so much for the support. I'm gaining a couple of patrons on Patreon, which is really cool. If you would like to become a patron, you can support this channel for $1 every month. And I know you might think that that doesn't make a difference, but the dollars add up, especially here in Brazil where $1 is worth almost $4. It means a lot. You know, AdSense revenue is very unreliable and very inconsistent, so I would really appreciate you guys' support if you would be willing to do that and support the channel on Patreon. There's a link in the top right hand corner, there's a link in the description, and on the end screen of the video. You gain access to exclusive live streams, early access to videos depending on how much you donate, access to the Discord server. So there's a couple things like that, and yeah, just I'd appreciate it if you'd even consider it. And you can also support the channel by liking the videos, commenting down below, subscribing to the channel. I mean, I appreciate everything you guys do for this channel, and the way that it's been growing has really made me happy so far. So yeah, I just wanted to start off by saying thank you guys for everything. And the first track is Jumpsuit, and this album is, again, Trench by 21... I almost said 21 Savage. Trench by 21 Pilots. Let's get it. Yo, I love the contrast between the really heavy guitar riffs and the really energetic drums, and then going into the verse when it just mellows out and all we get is the main vocalist. I forget his name. Is he Tyler or Josh? I don't pretend to know what I'm talking about when it comes to 21 Pilots. I'm not familiar with their music, but I know that there's two guys and I'm not sure which is which, but I like how mellow it gets going into the verses, and I like the way that this sounds. I love this energy, and I've heard a couple of their tracks. They're really creative when it comes to production and the energy to their tracks, and it's something that I personally really enjoy in their music. So I'm liking the way that this is sounding right now a lot. There's a little switch up here.
I'll be right there, but you'll have to grab my throat.
I like the performance here, and the background vocals sound so soft. It's really cool. Big contrast from earlier on in the song. Hell yeah, man. That's what I'm talking about. This is the type of energy I'm looking for, man. In music, honestly, I love this stuff. It reminds me a lot of when I was younger. I used to listen to a lot of bands that sounded like this, man. And I was a little edgier as a kid. I was going through some stuff, and this type of music really, I really related to it. So it takes me back, to be honest, and it's really nostalgic for me listening to this energetic style of music. You know, I wouldn't consider them 100% rock, but they've got some indie elements, some pop elements. You know, a lot of really cool different genres are interlaced. You know, in their style, which I personally love, and it really sets them apart. But yeah, I love the energy. I love the way that it brings me back to my earlier years, and I think that this is a really interesting introduction to this project, and I really like the energy that they came with in the first track. It's impressive. The next track is Levitate.
Oh, I know how to levitate up off my feet ever since the 7th grade. Cowards only come through when the hour's late and everyone's asleep, mind you. Never show up. I know I shouldn't say this, but I probably shouldn't show you, but it's way too late. My heart is with you.
This production is so unique, man. The really weird synths paired with this gritty bass and this really energetic drum pattern, which is really heavy on the hi-hats and the bounce. I think it's creating this really unique sound, man. And it's always interesting to hear the versatility in the lead singer. I'm going to just call him Tyler, and if it's wrong and it's the other way around and you're a 21 Pilots fan, then just forgive me. But I'm gonna go with Tyler because I think that's what's right. It's always interesting to hear the versatility and to hear him go from singing to rapping to screamo to, you know, just all the different range of things that he can do. I like this. This is interesting to me. It's not amazing, if that makes any sense, but it's good, you know?
On a passing train, I got back what I once bought back in that slide. I won't need to replace this culture is a ground that I'm sleeping on. Please keep me from place to keep me down from the ledges. Better test the wooden bridges under. I know how to levitate up off my feet. And ever since the 7th grade, I learned to fire beating though.
Yeah, I'm gonna just be real. You know, it's a good track. It's not bad. Like I'm not saying there's not something that's bad about it. It's just not as good as the first track, in my opinion. So it's okay. I like it. You know, it's short. It's less than 2 minutes and 30 seconds long. So there's really no reason for me to skip it if I'm ever listening to this album. You know, during a playthrough, I'll just let it play all the way out because the drums are energetic and the synths are cool. The bass lines, you know, it's hard. But there's just nothing that draws me to this track. You know, it's a good track though. Next track is Morph. 21 Pilots always uses the coolest sounding keys and synths, man. Yeah.
Thinking about if and when I die for it. Now I see that if and when are truly different cries for it. We're surrounded and we're hounded. There's no above or under or around it. We're all above, the question still remains. Are we still in love and is it possible we feel the same? And that's what goes.
What? The whole vibe just switched.
He's got no friends close, but those who know him most know he goes by Nico. He told me I'm a copy when I hear him mock me. There's no above.
I like this, man.
What are we here for if not to run straight through all?
Production on this is great, dude.
Like ones and zeros, count to infinity. Ones and zeros, I'm surrounded and I'm pounded.
The synth. I love those horns, man. I love the whole groove and vibe to this track, man. I love the whole mood to it and the synths and the bounce to the beat and the performance. I think it's all great. Substance-wise, you know, like subject matter-wise, I know 21 Pilots has a lot of characters and a lot of different, you know, alter egos, and there's just so much that goes on in their lyrics that there's just like so much backstory to that I, for one, like I said, don't listen to their music, so I am not caught up on all of it. So again, if you're a 21 Pilots fan, fill me in on like everything, like who the hell's Blurryface and what's his name, Clancy, you know, and just a bunch of different characters and stories that they're telling here that I'm just not picking up on, and I want to know. So maybe I'll go back and listen to the other albums, but yeah, definitely let me know in the comments what the hell's going on. I'm just enjoying the music, you know, it sounds great. Next track is My Blood. Yo, you'll all just have to pardon me. I had to turn on the fan. I'm sorry. You know, Rio de Janeiro is absolutely ridiculous. It's really hot, and so I know that it's annoying to hear that in the background, but it's either I turn that on or I don't finish this video, because this room turns into a literal oven when I'm in here recording. So, again, sorry about that, but it is what it is. We're going to keep listening to the music, though, as soon as this car passes by. Alright, so like I said, next track is My Blood.
You thought you knew, deserts your fight. I'll go with you, I'll go with you, I'll go with you.
I'm loving these gated keys, man.
Surrounded them.
Whoa! Oh, I love the bass.
You must defend.
Oh, that bass is everything, dude. Alright, hold on. Tyler's performance on this, like the way he manipulates his voice and the way that he's able to just go into these upper octaves and sing in his falsetto and just add this really cool vibe to the track is just really impressive to me. I love that he's playing with the hi-hats now. This is awesome. Oh, adding in some electronic drums now.
If you find yourself in a lion's den,
tambourine. Oh, the lead sounds great. I love this track personally. I think that the hook is great. I think that the performance is awesome. The production is great all around, and it's a really fun track to listen to. So we're gonna keep it moving, but yeah, I think that's a great track. Next track is Chlorine.
Poisonous
cello?
Sipping on straight glory. In my coat pocket, where I kept my rebel red. Felt I wasn't mean, so you wrapped around my head. Now different lines. Sipping on straight glory. Let the vibes slide over me.
Yeah, again, this isn't one of my favorite tracks so far. It's not a bad track by any means. I like the vibe, I like the performance on it. You know, it's dope and the production's cool. It's not as captivating to me as some of the other tracks have been. But it is a cool track. Next track is Smithereens.
You know, I've always been collected, calm and chill. Describe just what I'm feeling for you.
Hey!
I would get messed up with 153.
It's a different type of love track.
But I'll be in the corner taking notes. And you know, for you, I go.
Are those flutes? I like them.
I would get beat to smithereens.
Smithereens is a sweet track, talking about getting beat up for somebody because you like them and being unafraid to step to somebody who is bigger than you are for this person to protect them. I think it's a sweet track. I think it sounds cute, you know. I like the whole vibe to it. I like the performance on it. I think the production's nice. It's got almost like a 50s doo-wop vibe during the hook, so yeah, it's a cool track. Next track is Neon Gravestones.
What's my problem? Well, I want you to follow me down to the bottom, underneath the insane asylum. Keep your wits about you while you glorify those even more when they. My opinion, our culture can treat a loss like a grave is an optional way. No. Neon gravestones try to call. My bones call. Problem, don't get it twisted. It's with the people we praise who may have assisted. I could use. Promise me this. If I lose to myself. For sake of discussion and spirit of fairness, could we give this some room for a new point of view? And could it be true that
Yeah, man, this is a really deep track, talking about suicide and glorifying suicide, and you know the way that society has this thing where it'll really only appreciate you once you're dead, and no matter how famous you get, as soon as you die, you instantly become bigger than you ever were when you were alive. And you know, just this thing of making people think that it's okay to commit suicide, and it's not. And it's got a lot of deep meanings to it, and a really important message to it. Musically, and I'm solely talking musically, it's not that interesting. It's one of the more boring tracks, but lyrically, it's one of the most important so far, and I hope that no one takes that the wrong way. I mean, it just is what it is. They didn't really do anything musically to make the song that interesting, but the message is extremely important, and a lot of people need to hear this, and that's what I think about this track. Next track is The Hype. Yeah, man, The Hype is a cool track. I like the rock vibe to it. I like the performance on it. It's kind of catchy. I like the hook. It's a dope track. Next track is Nico and the Niners.
I'm careless when I hear this on the low. I'm careless when I wear my rebel clothes. East up. You wanna make you forget? Not yet. Save your razor blades now. Not yet. I'm heavy. Higher when I'm heavy. Oh, I'm so high. My jumpsuit is unsteady. I'm lighter when I'm lower. Oh,
This is a cool track. It's not bad.
I'm so high. They start trying to race horse rhymes are starting, I'm sort of complete diversion. Start a mob, but you can be quite certain we'll win, but not everyone will get out.
This is a cool track, you know, it's not bad also. It's kind of dope. It's got a really cool reggae vibe to it, almost. Again, no idea what the subject matter is actually about. It seems like it's telling a story that I would have to have context to in order to understand it better, but the vibe to the track is cool. It's not bad at all. Next track is Cut My Lip.
I keep on trying.
Wow.
Might as well. Over, I am moved. There's self-conclusion.
Again, another kind of reggae-ish vibe, but I like it. This one's better than the last one.
Drink it anyway. I cut my lip. Even though it's me I abuse. I'm bruised. There's self-conclusion.
I love these drums.
Isn't what I want. Madness on my tongue. Pressed around the rim. Drink it anyway.
This is a really dope track. I like this one better than the last one. And I like his performance. I'm loving the production on this, man. I love the guitars. I love the bass line. I really love the drums, particularly. It's got such an awesome vibe to it, man. I really enjoyed this track. And again, it sounds like he's still drinking the chlorine or the bleach. Metaphorically, definitely don't do that though. And I just thought that it's cool that he's tying it into the beginning of the album. I thought that that was interesting. Next track is Bandito.
I'm going low. I'm a bandito.
Setting a really cool mood with this, man. This production right here. The tone is so sick. The atmosphere to the track.
This is the song we made. Our blood needs to be. I could take the high road.
The strings are really cool on this, man. The piano's dope.
In city, I feel my spirit is contained. Like neon, inside the glass they form my brain. Begin with bullet, now add fire to the proof. But I'm still not sure if fear's a rival or close relative to truth.
Yo, I'm zoning out. This track is crazy. Transports you somewhere else, man.
Destroy it if I want.
Yeah, man, again, really awesome production. It transports you somewhere else, man. I mean, halfway through this track, I was gone. I was zoning out. And, you know, that's not a bad thing. Not being able to focus on this track is not a bad thing, because it did, personally, this is a type of track that I would listen to in order to zone out, in order to have it on in the background and take me somewhere else, you know? Music is like my escape from everyday situations, and so if I want to go somewhere else or be anywhere else, I would listen to something like this and just go, you know. And then it's awesome that they created that vibe with this track. I think that it's so well produced, and I love the hook and the performance, you know, when he goes into his falsetto to say I'm a bandito. I just think it sounds great, you know. I think it's an awesome track. Next track is Pet Cheetah.
I am on an island, no one to confide. No, I move slow. I wanna stop. I've got a pet cheetah down in my basement. I've raised him and paid him and named him Jason. Statham on me, I bet this artistic mindset will help us get ours as we're growing. This could be so much true. I'll sit here till I find the problem. No.
This is an interesting track. It's interestingly produced. It sounds like it's about overcoming writer's block. Like, it's so meta, you know? 8 days straight, 8 hours each, and not one line. So I'll take this beat I should delete to exercise. He's talking about the song as he's performing on the song, you know? It's such an interesting track, I think, for that reason. And production-wise, I think it's dope. I think it sets a really cool atmosphere. It's not one of my favorite tracks, but it's also not a bad track. I wouldn't skip it. It's a nice short track. I think it's cool. Next track is Legend.
You were one of those classic ones, traveling around the sun. All right. You're a legend. You were
sounds so happy. I like this. There's a ukulele. That's dope. Love the horn. The horn is dope. A really touching track, man. Talking to who I'm assuming is his grandfather, who apparently passed away. He's the reason that Tyler's middle name is what it is. He's a legend, and he passed away, and this is like a memorial track for him. It's always nice to remember people the way that they were when they were alive and happy and living life to the fullest, instead of the way that they were right when they passed away. Maybe they were sick, maybe they weren't as energetic as they used to be. So I like the fact that this is such an upbeat track. I think this is a great track, you know, honestly. The message behind it, the emotions behind it, and it's in memory of his grandfather. I just think it's tremendous. I like it a lot. So this is the last track of this project, and it's called Leave the City.
Used up all I've collected. I have cinched my hands on my plans. They know that it's almost. The burning is so low, it's concerning. Details from beyond. They know that it's almost. I will leave the city for now. In time, I will leave the city. Moving hastily, but this year, though I'm
It's a dope track, man. If I'm not mistaken, this city is his depression, and so in time he'll leave this city means he's working towards getting better and towards beating his depression, which is a dope message. I think that it's, again, really transportative. I think that the production just takes you somewhere else, man. I think it's a cool track. And this project has definitely been an awesome ride, man. It's been a really enjoyable listen. I love the vibes. I love the sound that they created with this project. I love the rock. I love the pop, the indie sounds, the reggae vibes, the electronic drums mixed with real drums, with a ukulele and awesome piano samples. I mean, just all the production on this project was great, and I really enjoyed listening to it. So thank you all so much for recommending it to me. Thank you all for watching the video. I'll be back very soon with another video. Follow me on my social media, become a patron, and sponsor the channel on Patreon. You can do it for $1 a month, and like I said, it all adds up and it helps me a lot because the AdSense revenue is very inconsistent. I'd also appreciate it if you would comment down below, share the video with somebody, and you all know how to support the channel. So I'm very appreciative of all of you guys, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.